Smack. Welcome to Super Smack,
the Super Rugby podcast from the fans, for the fans. We're back.
We are back, baby. Round 2. I actually can't believe it. Round 2 is done.
Woo.
I'm Gareth. This is Ra.
My name is Rawari.
Rawari.
You can call me Ra if you want.
Most people do,
Most
don't
people
they?
do, yeah, because I can't pronounce my name.
Do your... What?
When I was a kid, mate, it was awful.
It would have been awful. And actually probably still is today. What do your parents call you?
They call me Rawari. They call me Ra.
That's
boy,
nice.
Boy.
Does your dad, does he call you
He
boy?
used to, when I was
Hey,
a kid.
boy.
Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
What are you up to?
Do the dishes, will you? I bet you were a lazy kid.
No way, mate.
Oh, really?
I was diligent.
Were you?
Oh, yeah. You didn't expect that from me?
Dylan Junt.
Oh, no, I was diligent.
Diligent.
Yeah, I did the dishes. I unpacked the dishwasher every
did?
morning, mate.
Imagine not having a dishwasher. Anyway, some people still probably don't.
Yeah.
Hey,
What a round.
It was just as good as that scintillating first round that we had.
But some unexpected results.
Very.
Some very, very good wins from some unexpected teams.
And some big scores as well. And not massive score lines, well, except the scoreline that you're probably going to harp on about.
But mate, some high scoring games are right. And it's like the second round. Like we used to the fumbling around. We used to like slow scrums. We used to like line out mistakes. Where we used to really fumbling our way through those first few rounds. There's been some immaculate tries.
Yeah, and some teams clearly making massive statements.
Yeah.
You know, whether they can, obviously it's round 2 of 16, so there's a lot of stuff still to come, so don't count your chickens. But, you know, especially for some teams on the weekend.
It's okay, mate. You've still got time.
Look, mate, it was a tough watch at times, but also, man, it was so entertaining. Like, Duplessis scores a try in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It was, things like that just made it.
The Reds, first game back, they scored 3 tries. 3 converted tries in the first quarter of a game. That is amazing.
They looked fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 wallabies.
I mean, I think we should start with what I think was the game of the round. We named it as the game of the round.
It was the first game of the round, wasn't it?
The replay of the 2023 Super Rugby final. And we did what you couldn't do, mate. We put them back in their place.
You put the Satyrs
and I think we've got an apology to make, really.
What, to who?
We're sorry that we called it too early. The Crusaders aren't quite back yet.
You're right. We actually did call it early. I mean, look, to be fair, they looked pretty good, and it was a pretty even battle, ding-dong, for the first 40.
Half. Yeah.
But then... What the hell happened?
It was
glorious. What happened is you guys absolutely fired, and they just did uncharacteristic to what we were talking about last week, is that they fell asleep.
Mate,
I think they just got out.
They got out.
They didn't know what to do.
In every facet of the game. In every position. They did, mate. Come on,
mate.
Nah,
chill out. You're talking a little. You're getting excited.
The only player that I really think that actually matched the Chiefs was Severis.
Yeah, he did. He was trying everything, wasn't he?
Or he heard the podcast. He knew that he's up against Narawa for a spot on the All Blacks.
He better run if he finds me.
He got caught out copying him.
Yeah, the little tap.
Because Narawa, for his first try, a quick tap, 5 meters out, he scores, and then Severy's gone, that's a good idea.
I'll do that next time.
10 minutes later, he's doing the same thing. Mate, he's run out of ideas.
He was good. And Jordan was super quiet.
Yeah.
Had a blinder
Shut
week 1.
Down.
He was just nowhere to be seen. And then D-Mac, pretty decent again.
Yeah.
You know? He seems
Josh
to really...
Jacob, he really came into his own.
And now Josh Jacob is good. We've been calling that since MPC. He was very, very good for Taranaki, and he's definitely showing it.
Yeah.
I got to say, the Chiefs are a great Super Rugby team, aren't they?
Thank you, mate. I really appreciate you saying that.
And I really think that this could be their year where they could finally get one back, eh? Yeah. They could finally go all the way, Yeah.
I mean,
keep stroking to the finish.
Again, it's early days, mate, but we're pretty happy with the start, I have to say. We're pretty bloody happy.
Well, you're making some great decisions. Have you got any major injuries?
Not that I know of. We've got Paul Hippie came off really early.
That's right.
And
Jacobson.
That brought on Quinn Tupaia, which was amazing for my fantasy
team. Yeah, we could quickly sideways step to we both accidentally had Quinn Tupaia
and happy accident.
in our teams.
We had a
and
happy accident.
Mate, I didn't realise until you'd even text me, and then I checked and I went, oh, fuck, I've left him in there as well. But then he comes on and gets 98
50th
points.
game, he crushed it.
Yeah, he did.
He's really making a call for that or AB's jersey.
He really is. The only downside to that was I also had Jacobson. So basically they cancelled each other out.
I mean, hopefully Paul Hippie comes back. But we've got some really good replacements for him. We've got Quinn Tupaia, we've got Anton Leonard-Brown, we've got Damian Rono's had an amazing few seasons for the Chiefs. So midfield stocks are all right.
You're looking good.
We'll give him another week to
You'll
just
be
get
fine.
over his little niggle.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see your trajectory over the next few weeks and whether you can keep it up, because it's a massive erection you've got right now.
Oh yeah, it's
and
the table is.
It's going to take
really
a lot
contested.
of blood to keep that.
Heavy table this.
Yeah, and a lot of that blood's going to your head, mate. I can tell.
Wow. I have to shout out to Preston Roofing. Potentially, they're on the rocks because they've had to do another shout at the what is it? The Taita Tavern? No, Tower. Sorry, the Tower Tavern.
The Tower Tavern.
He did it again.
He's done it
Preston
again.
has scored another try. 4 and 4.
Mate, he's always there.
4 and 2. Sorry, 4 and 2.
Always on the spot, ready to go.
Yeah,
he's great positioning for a halfback.
Yeah,
he's gonna. I mean, he's just looking like he's gonna have a fantastic season.
Yeah, probably with the wrong team. Should be with the Canes.
We should be with the Canes. So should about 8 other players. All right, let's just put that out.
We'll
there
get
now.
there, mate. We'll get
Will
there.
we?
No, yeah, amazing win. 2 from 2. Couple of bonus points.
Are you on 10 then?
10 what?
Points.
Don't know. Just top of the table. It just
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter as long as the name's at the top, mate. Doesn't matter.
Well, we didn't actually. I said we were going to get a bonus point this week. We didn't.
We
won, but we almost got there.
Should we talk about the Hurricanes draw then?
Yeah. Well, it was a great game. It was a fantastic game. I previously said on the phone to Ryan, "Oh, we're just going to whoop them. We don't need to worry."
Well, no, you said it on the podcast last week.
Did I?
Yeah, you said you were cruising comfortably to a bonus point win.
I can't recall. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean you can't recall? No.
What
you got through?
It was starting off with a fucking hiss and a roar.
Yeah,
and then
from both teams.
And then just the mistakes. God, they made so many bloody mistakes.
And you're lucky that the Drua made so many mistakes.
That's the thing.
They fluffed 2 tries that would have won the game.
The Drua aren't like a fantastic team. And I don't know. It was disappointing to see the Hurricanes kind of drop to a certain level. It just made it very scrappy.
Yeah.
But then it also made for an exciting it was like watching a game of Form 2 touch.
They're a bit hot-headed, aren't they?
They can be.
That was City Karifi.
I think he knows what he's doing.
He's off.
Mate, it was
You're lucky you've got 7 captains
that was
because
typical.
you lost your
We've got 4. I still can't name the 4th.
14.
I think it's Roygard, isn't it?
No.
I think it might be.
The scar on his knee is the captain. That's how many.
Cameron Roygard played bloody well.
He's good in his
shit. He's a legend.
I'm glad he's in this country.
He's really bloody good. He's a bit doe-eyed, like he always looks like he's been sort of drugged before he plays, like he's falling to sleep. But the guy can play.
He is amazing, and you've got you've got a few amazing players. But you must be a bit nervous.
I'm not nervous.
It's not a great start to the season. It's your worst start to the season in a wee while.
It is the worst start for a wee while. I mean, we pretty much didn't lose a game last year.
And you know what? Someone beat the Blues this week, and you've got them next week. So imagine what's going to happen.
We've got the Blues. You mean?
Yeah, you've got the Blues next week. So imagine if you can't rebound with some performance.
We're going to easily, mate. The Blues are mud.
All right, mate.
No, the Hurricanes. I reckon they're looking good. They've lost a whole lot of their players, which means it's hard for them to string. You can see they're not quite stringing it together. But
just a rebuild season.
But
maybe.
Between Roygard, I mean, it looks like it actually is an enforced rebuild season. Roygard, Godfrey, even Harkin. There are players that are like really, really talented.
Who's your first 5 again?
Godfrey.
He had a good game.
Yeah, but he usually plays 15 out there for them, and he did. But he's fantastic.
Yeah, he ran it pretty well. Why were you playing at McLean Park? But that's quite weird.
We always play in the lovely city of Napier.
Napier.
I see you in Napier.
George Napier.
Welcome to Napier.
It's quite weird in Stone Fruitville to have a summer game.
Hawke's Bay has long been Hurricanes territory. We used to have Taranaki before you came along and stole it.
Yeah. Yeah,
so thanks very
us
much.
A lovely Josh
we probably
Jacob.
would have had Josh Jacob.
Nah, mate.
And now we've got to settle for Harry. No,
he loves Hamilton.
There was some good Hawke's Bay rugby players. It's great. It's good to go up there. And it was a stonker.
Yeah.
For all reports said it was almost as hot as being in Fiji.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is
ridiculous.
That the Drua have actually been playing really well. I mean, they've had a couple of narrow. They've had a couple of very narrow losses, mate. And I think it's down to some leadership from Glenn Jackson, beautiful blue-eyed boy.
The blue-eyed Jackson.
And what we realised just before when we were chatting, he's gone from player.
Yeah.
First 5 for Bay Plenty, brought the Ranfurly Shield back to Tauranga from Auckland. He then joined the ranks under Paddy O'Brien at the referees headquarters, and he refereed some amazing games in New Zealand, some test matches.
Yeah.
And now he's a coach.
He's coaching. So he's done the trifecta of
he's got the EGOT of rugby. He's got all the awards.
And he's had beautiful blue eyes the whole time.
Yeah, beautiful blue eyes. Like
which one is he going to be most successful at, do you think?
Well, I mean,
because he was a good player, but he was never one of the greats, right? We all remember him.
He's a Bay of Plenty great, and he's chief great. Yeah, we love him.
But he's got a real opportunity to do great things with the Drua. They just kind of need to. Yeah, they're one of those teams like Moana where they just need to string it together cohesively in all elements of the game. You know, they've got massive firepower. Man. Like I said, they were one pass away from winning that game. And you know they've never won a game outside of Fiji.
Really?
Yeah. That they were that was going to be their first. Yeah. So
very close.
That sucks.
You're lucky, mate. I think you should.
We were lucky. We had I said to you, I texted you the other day. We had great composure at the end. We had the composure that you need when
they gave you the ball off the kickoff, mate, and then you took your opportunity.
That's composure.
That's not composure.
That's composure.
They gave you the ball.
Man, you tried to catch it. Have you tried to catch a ball on the 10-metre line in a professional game of Super Rugby? It
was pretty good under Joe. Joe Schmidt taught me how to catch the ball.
In the fourth 15, the Blues.
Yeah. I actually had this tiny coach. He was a real short guy. His name was Muzza. When I was 9 years old, he taught me how to tackle because I was tiny. I was a weed, man. And like everyone else was growing around me. He taught me how to take down the big guys. We had a coach, Steve Nightingale, in the Upper Hutt under-13s, and his son, Shannon Nightingale. Shannon, if you're listening, he would play first 5 and he would always take the kickoffs. And Steve always wanted him to get it really nice and high to give the forwards time to get under it. And he'd yell from the sideline and he'd go, "Shannon, I want to put some fucking snow on it." I want to see some fucking snow on it. Oh, Dad, leave me alone.
So good. Put some snow on it. It's so great.
Are you done with the Hurricanes victory?
Yeah, look,
I'm very slim, 38-34.
Great high-scoring game, very entertaining. But look, we are going to have to sort our shit out.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to, mind you, if we've got the Blues next week, another team that needs to sort their fucking shit out at the moment is the current champions.
Oh, the Blues,
Yeah, I mean, that is not the greatest.
I think we need to shout out the Highlanders. We said we would, mate.
Let's give a big congratulations to Otago's finest.
You have to do the, come on.
Otago Highlanders. That's our name. Is that how it went?
I don't know, but they're amazing this week.
Welcome to the House of Pain.
Jokes aside, though.
Jokes aside.
Beautiful tribute to Conagata Bashit before the game.
It was. Yeah. And fucking hell, it fired them up for sure.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know the Highlanders had a haka up their sleeve. That was great.
What? Why is that?
I don't know. I just didn't know. I've never seen them do one.
Oh. I think all the teams have a haka.
They have got a haka, yeah.
But you hardly ever get to use it, I suppose.
Well, they did it, and they did it good.
Most of the time they use it in the dressing rooms.
Yeah, lovely to see Connor's younger brother there.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah,
and
really
the teams give off some jerseys.
And the minute silence was...
No, we vetoed that.
Yeah.
In honour of Connor.
Yeah,
right?
and that was... man,
that's a master
It was beautiful, but it was an interesting choice because it was obviously, for those that don't know, it was a rendition of John Denver's Take Me Home Country Road, but it was like a club doof version of it.
Yeah, and you know why? Because it's O week. It's O week in Dunedin.
Country Road.
It's O week, and the zoo was going nuts.
They were.
There.
Yeah, there were a few wayward people in that crowd.
Yeah, potentially some venereal disease passed on.
I'd say a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
There was one girl just giving it this at the camera, just full fingers, like straight for like 30 seconds at the thing, and I bet you her mum had just turned to like her friend while they were watching the game, just been like, yeah, Laura's down in Otago studying medicine. She's just first year. I'm so proud. And then she's like just fully fucking.
A couple of boiler suits off the shoulder, you know, some lovely. There's some people getting nasty.
Oh, they were getting nasty. Yeah, let's hope those rugby players didn't get involved in it.
Well, no.
Ethan de Groot would have been getting up in something.
You reckon?
Don't know. He just looks like...
Is that why Razor doesn't like him?
Well, we were talking about that last night. I turned around and I was like, what did he do? What did he do? But he's got that look on his face of a guy that's just going to go and get up to mischief. You know it.
Yeah.
He's got that little...
side eye.
He's got that little shit-eating side eye. He's just like, he's going to get up to some trouble.
You reckon?
Yeah. It's a mischievous kind of thing.
True.
Yeah. Always thought that. And then, who knows what he did? Nobody knows what he did.
Nobody knows.
Do they?
Scott Robinson knows.
Oh, yes, he does.
Ethan de Groot knows.
Ethan de Groot should know.
Should we call him up?
Naughty. G'day, Ethan. Hey, Gareth here. And Ra from
Super Smack Podcast. Yeah,
hey,
just really love your work, mate. You're a really good player.
What happened in London?
What happened in London, mate?
What happened?
What did you do to Scott?
Where did you go out?
Where did you go?
What clubs did you hit?
Did you take some drugs? Did you drink the wrong
drinks?
Be
honest, mate.
Be honest.
Did you get roofied?
Did you spend the night at someone's place?
Actually, hasn't you told me that that's a theory, or does somebody know that?
Oh, it was my
theory.
That
he woke up in the wrong house and was like, fuck, I'm not in the hotel.
No, that was someone down in Dunedin. They woke up and so the flatmates woke up and they walked downstairs and an All Black, who will remain nameless, was eating Macca's.
We know who that is.
We don't. No names, Nate.
Okay.
Well, there's a couple of names we can't pass in this famous Highlanders victory.
Yeah, look. Who are they?
Well, the first one is the captain, Tawatawa Nawa.
Yeah, what a legend.
He was everywhere. He was like the ultimate player.
He was, yeah. And then I was saying to you before, scored actually quite low in fantasy, which was surprising.
Yeah, weird. I guess
he was everywhere, and he definitely started the resurgence. Because, again, the Blues looked all right for the first little bit. They were pounding it on the Highlanders, and then the tide just turned.
Did you ever play Jonah Loma rugby?
You bet I did.
You remember how, I think it was a cheat code, or maybe if you won the World Cup, I can't remember what it was, but you got a team of Jonas.
I think it was when you clocked it, right?
Yeah, when you clocked it. Yeah. That's pretty much what Tawatawa Nawa was like for the Highlanders against the Blues. He was like, you would want a team of him.
Yeah, he was a
10 out of 10.
And the way he runs almost looks a little bit Jonah Loma rugby too.
Like steals, he was like, and some poignant moments of the game as well. He was unbelievable.
And then you used to go on, and the final team you could choose from was a team of the developers of the game at Codemasters. And so it was just a random, you got that guy, Mather, and he was that little tiny guy.
I don't remember
Mather, and Trevor Williams, who was this huge,
you would have loved
giant.
Him. Gareth Williams would have
Trevor
loved
Williams, down at the bottom. No, but look, we do have to shout out to the Highlanders. The Highlanders love the underdog status. They always have. They love coming from behind.
So what will happen when they've had a victory and they go into next week's battle?
I think I'll tell you what will happen. I reckon they could easily get pipped by Moana Pacifica next week in Albany.
So you're still talking shit about them, even though they've had a good one.
I'm just saying that they love that.
So you'll kick a man while he's down, you'll kick a man while he's on top.
I prefer to kick him while he's on top. I'll kick him while he's down, but usually I'll let him get back up.
You've done a lot of kicking while people were down, mate.
I've definitely not, mate.
What are you talking about?
What are you on about? I never do that kind of thing.
You've never given the Highlanders shit when they haven't done well?
No, we just call it how it is. We're not really giving them shit. But, and if we're going to call it how it is, they performed amazingly. I mean, how the hell they did that with 13 men for that long?
I know, crazy.
Partly because the Blues completely fucked out. And I don't know what the hell's going on there, but something is not right. Because out of all the teams, you can talk about a certain, for the Hurricanes, for example, a whole lot of players departing. The Blues team's kind of, for all intents and purposes, the same as the champion team.
They've got Bowden Barrett. They've got one of the best players in the world back.
Exactly. So you're just going, what's going on? It looked disjointed. It looked messy. Christie just is slow and, doing his usual stuff. And then somehow the Highlanders remembered why they were there and that they had to bloody show some dominance.
We mentioned last week that they were fishing for players, and they've gone up to Castle Street and they've picked up this young man called Finn Hurley.
Finn Hurley.
And is he Goldie's?
There is a possibility
long lost son
that he could be Goldie's long lost son.
It checks out timing wise.
Conceived on tour.
I mean, we all know historically rugby players used to get up to mischief when they were on tour. We've heard it from a lot of sources.
I mean, he runs exactly like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chip and chase game is at the end over end ball.
Yeah.
Perfect bounce. He's everywhere.
And in the aftermatch interviews, he couldn't believe it. He was just as shocked as everybody else.
Yeah.
He just couldn't believe he was even there. It was quite nice.
Yeah.
It was very South Island, small town. I think he's from Gore, isn't he? Like DMAC?
That's where D-Mac's from,
Yeah. Very similar to DMAC, you know. Maybe Gore's something in the water down there, obviously, other than trout.
Is there trout down there?
Mate, there's a massive brown trout statue in Gore.
Is there?
Or that's on the sign.
I've never been. Why
They
would you?
They love trout down in Gore. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that because they've got the trout on the sign, that there must be a lot of trout down there. Why the fuck else would you put
Who's
a trout
eating
on the
trout?
sign?
I haven't really. Have you had much trout?
Mate, river people.
Do you like trout?
River and lake people.
What do you do? Smoke it?
Yeah, you smoke it, I think.
Pan fry?
Yeah, just like salmon.
Lovely.
Lovely crispy
Well,
skin.
quite fatty salmon, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Bit
lovely
oily.
crispy skin.
Yeah, lovely.
Mm.
Bit bony.
Yeah, but you get the bones out.
Yeah, fair
In
enough.
fact, Finn Hurley's probably very good at deboning a trout.
Lovely game from the Highlanders. Lovely win. Congratulations. You really, I hope we inspired that by talking shit about you for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe we've done you a little service there. But let's see if you can back it up. I hope you can.
Yeah, I think Jamie Joseph's doing great things. I think
That's it. Jamie Joseph.
He's the difference.
We haven't even talked about that.
And he is massive, mate. He was standing next to Goldie and
What do you mean?
Kirsty and
Tall
the Sky
or?
Sports team. He's a unit.
Yeah.
I didn't realise.
Ex-player, right?
I know, but I didn't realise just how massive he was. And he was filling out his Highlanders shirt, something chronic. He's been working out too. Him and Nick
reckon?
Berry.
Nick Berry, they've
Yeah,
been training
I reckon
together.
they've been sharing mega mass.
Yeah, big ups to Jamie Joseph.
Yeah,
coming back and
you're
actually
doing
making
great
a
things,
difference.
mate.
To beat the defending champions is really good. So
Oh,
well
it's-
done, well
it's
done,
huge.
Highlanders. We've talked too much
And
about
Blues,
the Highlanders.
get your shit together.
Yeah, get your shit together, Blues. Come on.
You're better than that.
We were celebrating the fact that you had come back from wherever you were for the last 10 years, and
Don't
you've
go
really
back
thrown
there.
it in our face. Blues.
Please
So,
don't take Auckland back into that dark
No.
hellhole.
Do we want to have a chat about the Queensland Reds coming back?
Yeah, I think the Queensland Reds were pretty impressive, I got to
Yeah.
say. They looked the goods. I mean, we've talked a lot about the Waratahs being the goods.
Until we saw the Reds.
Yeah, until we saw the Reds and some other teams that we're going to talk about as well.
Well, 3 converted tries in the first 20 minutes. Insane. Very, very good. Moana, I mean, yeah, they had some flair as well. And, I really want to shout out to Mofale?
Tommy Falau.
Yeah, Tommy Falau. Yeah, he is amazing, man.
He was in my fantasy.
He's the same as Preston, 4 tries.
He's great.
2 tries and 2 tries.
Yeah.
Scored some crackers.
Yeah, he's so good.
I just want to ask you, do you reckon Artie regrets going to Moana?
I would say that with the old Hurricanes team, yes. With the state of the current Hurricanes team, he's probably fine with his decision.
He's got no FOMO.
Well, it's just
There's
like
nothing to have
if,
FOMO
if
about.
we hadn't lost all of those players, and it was that was the team that he left in 2023, then I'm definitely. But at the moment, he's probably building in the same way that the Hurricanes now are as well. So I think he's better off doing it there for sure. He hasn't really come out yet though. He hasn't really fired
What do you mean?
massively.
Come
He
out?
scored
Come
a-
out of what?
Not that kind of thing. Well, I mean, there's still time.
I thought he was married.
He is married, but that doesn't stop them. He hasn't really he scored a try, but he hasn't really fired anywhere near peak Artie at this point. That's going to be really exciting to see for the rest of the
Yeah, he got over for a
season.
try, which really turned things around for them. But
Yeah.
they had 3 cards in 20 minutes.
I'm just saying if he doesn't score more points, I'm going to remove him from my fantasy.
Oh, that's a
And
big
I'm
blow.
loath to do that.
Yeah,
you know,
love
he
him.
was the first player I picked.
You love him almost as much as Bodie.
I don't love him as much as Bodie.
You don't?
No one will ever replace Bodie.
Another dirty old post whistle tip tackle in that game too. By the way, this is a
There's a
common
lot of
thing.
this kind of behaviour going on at
If
the
we've
moment,
had
isn't there?
3 in the first 2 rounds, what's going on? Why are they not being carded? Like if the
Some-
whistle
well,
goes
some
and
of them
someone
are.
picks someone up and dumps them on their head, like surely
Well, it's one of the worst things you can do, probably, in terms of card offences.
he's unarmed.
But most of the other ones and tackles are kind of almost genuine accidents most of the time. That's a deliberate,
Yeah, After
like
the
I'm
whistle,
going
it's
to
gotta
I'm going to smash you. Yeah, I think an exciting game, but
be. Yeah,
bit
Not
lackluster.
as exciting as the others.
Well, it's not as exciting as the others.
Brumby's Force,
Brumby's force was
high
great.
scoring game.
Yeah,
So 87 points.
And I love that they hadn't beaten them, I think they were saying, for something like 5,000 odd days. I don't know why they chose to put it in days. I guess just the number was bigger. But, they could have just said, we haven't beaten them in like 6 years.
Yeah.
But they're like, we haven't beaten them in 5,000 days. Ever since.
I've just got a little bone to pick with you. Why are they wearing the 2012 Hurricanes jersey, the Force?
It actually does look a little bit like that, doesn't
insane.
it?
It's exactly the same as
they've had that away strip for a couple of years, and it always made me go, "What? Why?
It's exactly the same. I thought I'd picked the wrong.
Do you know what?
The wrong
it's
video.
Better.
It's better than the Force.
I've got a bit of a problem with the current Hurricane strip. It's just too yellow, so that you no, hear me out. It's too yellow. The Forces strip, it's gold, and when you were playing rugby back in the old days, they'd always go gold. You want a gold colour in your shirt.
You want the ref to be calling gold, not yellow.
Yeah, the Hurricanes.
Not yuck yellow.
Hey, yellow, get back behind the line. Yellow, leave it.
Gold's got a bit more like
gold.
Gravitas.
Yeah, gold. And all the great, Queensland, maroon and gold.
Yeah.
Upper Hutt Rugby Club, maroon and gold.
Plenty.
You don't.
Royal blue and gold.
Yeah, you don't want to be yellow. And there's something very high-vis PPE that keeps creeping into the Hurricanes apparel, and I'm not okay with it. I just want it's the worst shirt of the lot.
It's not as bad as that. What was that Highlanders away strip a couple years ago?
Their away strips
fluoro.
They've always been shocking, but I got to say they've got
maybe
Stony
the
Creek
best on it.
The best.
They got I'm a hunter. They literally guys were taking that out hunting.
Yeah, just so that they can be
bright.
seen.
That hideous.
And the deer can't see it.
No, but it was.
But the other hunter, it was pretty bad. In fact, what have we seen their away? We haven't seen their away jersey this season. Who knows what it's going to be? It's probably something.
You've only
awful.
watched one Highlanders game.
I didn't even watch. Wow, I actually did watch the last one fully.
Yeah, you should have. It was
and
a
I
great
watched
game.
Ryan O'Kane in shock, not knowing what to do when they won.
There is another thing from this game as well, and we talked a lot about Nick Berry. He got a bit of airtime last week for his glow up. We've had a bit of an attempted glow up from Ben O'Keefe. I didn't even.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was watching,
right.
and I was doing a couple of days. I was like, "Who's that new ref?" And then I popped into a close up. Ben O'Keefe. He's just usually run of the mill guy. He's not a bad looking guy.
He used to go to my gym.
Did he?
Yeah, him and his wife.
Is he strong?
He was normal, and I'd be like, "Fuck, that's Ben O'Keefe."
What he's done is he's seen Nick Berry looking into the big screen last week, and he's popped off to King Fades, and he's got himself a fat. Not only that, though, mate. I'm hoping I saw this wrong, but he's got the little he's got the little steps in the temple. He's got little shades and like he's 14 years old.
14-year-old boy.
I know. I don't know what's going on with Ben, but
I mean, I'm thinking that's a mistake from the barber.
You reckon he slipped?
I reckon the barber's gone. Oh, hey, and he's like, "What's that?" He's like, "No, nothing. I might just."
Nah, everyone's doing it.
Apparently, this is going to make you run faster. And he's like,
needs it.
"Oh, sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, sweet." He had a good game though.
He did.
Nick Berry was up to his usual shit again.
What did he do?
When people are down getting injured, he's like, "No, come on, get up. We're moving on." Like he's
brutal.
He's really taking this keep the game moving thing to the nth
He's
degree.
a taskmaster.
Oh, he's a taskmaster, all right.
Just a side note before we move on. Love seeing Harry Potter out there playing rugby after defeating Voldemort.
Yeah,
and
in like 8 different times.
Yeah, and then coming just the effort that he's made to come from the UK all the way down here and play Super Rugby
and to
Pacific.
be so prolific in both Quidditch and rugby.
is
an effort.
Is really really cool.
That's solid. And I guess he's got contacts now.
Do you reckon he takes his wand out?
I beg
on
your
the Super
pardon.
Rugby game.
He probably does it after, mate.
You reckon in the changing rooms?
Well, yeah, there's definitely in the changing rooms, but
he's giving out the fizzies at the end of his wand.
Expelliarmus.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Lovely to see Harry Potter.
Yeah, he was
so well done. He scored a try.
He did. Wonderful guy. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. All the best to him.
Yeah. So I mean, all in all, I think the only thing we haven't mentioned is the amount of cards we had.
There were a
this week.
huge amount, actually.
Amount.
Yeah. I mean, and the Highlanders game was crazy because obviously the 2 cards and then they'd also had injured props, so they had to go to golden oldies scrums.
Yeah.
Which is why they played with 13 men, but that was weird. We were all sitting there trying to work out what the rules were.
A couple of upgrades as well. A couple of off-field upgrades.
Yeah. Whose one was fucking shocking? Daniel Leonard-Brown.
Oh, yeah.
That coming in was so bad.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
bad. What was he doing? What was he up to?
And I think Quinn Tupaia was really lucky because when Finau got sent off, Tupaia actually made the first head contact with his arm, and then Finau came in and then dominated the guy's face with his shoulder.
Yeah.
So he took the rap. Tupaia got off scot-free.
Yeah, he's lucky.
And there was a couple of other cards that people that got off scot-free as well.
Well, I mean, Josh Lord's one of them.
Wow. New segment?
Yeah.
Wanker of the week. Mine goes to Josh Lord. That was heinous.
I mean, he just because he didn't get carded, or I mean, they got a penalty from it.
It's because he cheated, and he cheated in front of everyone. You can't get away with that anymore.
O'Connor was in the gap.
I think he's with me. He knows that O'Connor's a spy, and he's like, "Get out of here, spy!"
He would have got it, but and when they showed it on the replay, he was holding him back, and he was basically laughing. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, so Josh Lord.
And no one really bothered to pull it up. They just went, O'Connor wouldn't have got the ball anyway. That's sort of a dig to O'Connor going, mate, you wouldn't have got there.
You're a bit old, mate.
You wouldn't have got there.
I mean, an All Black would have.
And the Crusaders fans were getting salty about it.
Yeah, I would
They were getting salty afterwards about a lot of things.
Yeah, but I mean.
Must be tough.
Yeah.
Must be very tough.
They couldn't scrum in the second half. Yeah. They just got absolutely
They just got monstered all round, which I guess they would start having nightmares about last season.
Paisami gets a special mention.
He's lucky.
Mate, that one in the corner, he did like a attempted try-saving tackle, but he did it with his head. Yeah. He was like a ram. He was like a horned ram.
He was like a
torpedo.
torpedo.
Coming in, and he literally narrowed in. He put his hands out like this, and he just went like forehead first and just like KO'd his opposition.
And he'd only just come back on from a previous yellow card offence. He was lucky not to just see a red for sure for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely
he hasn't been upgraded, has he?
I don't know. I don't think so. We came back on, so we can't.
That's mental.
He didn't even get pulled up for that. It was play on.
No, it's crazy.
It's like mitigate. Like how do you?
And he could have knocked himself out for fuck's sake.
He was like Pania of the sea, like
Pania of the reef.
Like Pania of the reef. He was like a merman.
Should have been playing for us.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was outrageous.
Yeah. You got any other?
I've got any other cards. Oh well, it was the tip tackle from the
another one. From the
that's
what we've already
which we've already mentioned. But they were shocking. I mean, Karifi went off.
Yeah,
and got a card. But to be honest,
that's
off.
Just
but that's just down to riding the line when things get a little bit desperate. You know, it's not.
Were you saying the Hurricanes were desperate, man?
I'm not saying they were desperate.
You just said that.
I'm just saying at times there was a hint of desperation.
Mate, in the last 5 minutes, you would have been cacking yourself.
No, I was walking around the lounge.
I bet you were.
I was pacing, and I had to pat the cat
with a
to calm
lovely
myself.
Miami lager just going.
No, I stopped. I'd had to pat the cat to calm myself down, distract me.
What's the cat? What, is that a euphemism?
Butter.
Oh.
Yeah, little. I was going to say Shih Tzu, but that's a
dog.
dog.
It's a Shih Tzu cat.
No, what are they called? The little
Siamese.
Yeah, one of those ones. No, the ragdolls.
Oh, ragdolls.
Yeah, ragdolls.
Classic New Zealand.
So I'd sort of pat it like really furiously, trying to distract myself from what could have been absolute utter disaster, but it wasn't because they're consummate professionals, and I look forward to beating the Blues this weekend.
Well, good luck with that, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Player of the day. Get on you, mate.
A popular segment.
Quinn Tupaia for me.
Oh yeah, well,
50th game.
We couldn't tell that was coming.
2 try. He was amazing, electric.
Well, he was, and kind of not meant to be there all that time. So he really took the bull by the horns when he came on. And
you know what? I read an article him saying that he had a bit of a comeback year last year, obviously from injury. That hideous Darcy Swain tackle to his knee in the internationals a couple of years ago. He's going to get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's well and truly back on track to make a play for the black jersey, and he's set that out as his goal for this year. So I'm excited about Quinn.
Yeah, he's good.
He's strong.
It's just we've got so many midfield options now. Like you think about obviously Tava Tavanawa's performance as well.
Yeah,
and
he's going to make a play.
And obviously he's being touted now. But I mean, there's no shortage of quality 12s and 13s.
Well, you've also got Billy Proctor. He's I think a bad time to get injured because you've got some really good players.
How many people have suffered before because of that? It's so funny.
True.
We're so blessed. Obviously, you got Geordie to come back, of course, from overseas.
Yeah,
and then you know, and that's the one person who isn't firing and is of concern is Rico.
Yeah,
and I know you've always kind of said this a little bit, and I've defended him, but it's just I'm not sure whether the Blues are just in complete disarray at the moment, but nothing's working, and he's one. You know, he was making a lot of mistakes as well.
But you don't really hear Rico's name anymore.
Well, it's because he's not doing anything.
Exactly.
He's not getting proper ball.
But he's not.
Or he's not giving proper ball.
This is like the last couple of years for me for Rico. He ain't up to much.
Hasn't been shining.
Apparently, he's the fastest guy in the field.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, didn't see it.
Got gassed. Speaking of fast guys, my player of the day is going to go to Finn Hurley. I know we've already talked about him, but that was an outstanding performance. Like we've said, shades of Goldie and two tries.
And to come from a first-year uni student and hasn't played a game of rugby in his life last week, and getting picked up by Jamie Joseph, he just threw it by the scruff of the neck and thrown in.
And to fit the uniform.
He's just gone straight in.
Yeah. He was outstanding, and he was, like I said, as shocked as anyone else. So,
I mean,
let's see if he's there next week.
What's in the States down there, right?
Well, probably E.
Do you reckon we should test
probably
them?
a couple of Eckies.
Do we need to test Finn?
I would have tested all of them after.
Imagine
I'd definitely test them after last night.
Imagine midweek we get a little article come through on stuff Finn Hurley done.
Ecstasy found in slab of Spates in Highlanders' dressing room.
Nah, it can't be.
Never.
They've done it. They've done it honestly.
He had a stunning NPC for Otago, and now he's the fact that they've put him in there. Jamie Joseph's definitely onto something. He shifted Sam Gilbert away from that position, put him on the wing, and basically has gone, show us your stuff. And Finn is stepping up.
Yeah, he's bloody
Clearly
good.
He's going to be there.
Got that
from now on.
Floppy mohawk haircut.
Yeah, he's elusive.
Yeah,
like a little mouse.
I reckon Goldie's proud.
Yeah, well, he would be of his son. Should we go to our next segment?
Most improved player.
Controversially, I haven't singled out a player this week.
I've got one. But
I'm going for the Highlanders team.
That's good.
Because, we weren't wrong when we gave them shit.
No.
We weren't wrong that they've had a horrible wee time, and I just think it is a massive undertaking to take down the defending champions.
Yeah, I think they definitely proved a lot of us wrong. We did write them off a little bit. I thought that the Blues were going to see to them, to be honest. And in the way the Blues started, I was like, oh, here we go. And then they just turned it around. But why is it that they need their backs against the wall somehow to do it?
And you know what, mate? I feel like, maybe this is the only week we'll talk about them.
This could be. I think, old Uncle Hugh has got to go back to his dad duties, off-field duties at the Rotary Club.
Yeah. And Finn's got to go back to class.
Yeah,
he's studying.
Yeah, Finn's studying law.
Yeah. I don't want him to get.
How does he work? How does he SWAT and train at the same time?
I don't want to lose points.
No, I don't want to lose points.
The first year is really important. You really learn a lot. So
I'm worried that when they're away from the rabble, are they going to be able to put it together?
But I think we'll give them this week.
We'll give them this week. Well done, Highlanders.
So who's your most improved this week?
Well, my most improved was Harry Godfrey, but we've kind of already talked about him.
No, he was great.
He's good. He's stepped up into a position that, and he's doing a lot better. Old Riley Hohepa, who we've talked about before.
Yeah,
he's sort of being put in the precarious position again. Kind of sucks. He's back and he's sort of not being played again, and I just don't think he's very experienced. I don't know. It's interesting.
Where's Godfrey from?
Don't know where Godfrey. Oh, he's Hawke's Bay.
Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, he's Hawke's Bay.
That's probably why he turned it on, Mum and Dad.
Oh, he definitely turned it on and went, hey, guys.
Nana and Granddad.
Watch this. I'm going to kick it for the corner.
Hey, halftime, he sort of gets everyone running. Hey, guys, I just, Mum and Dad are here. So if you guys can give me the ball a bit and just, help me out. I just really want to make a good impression because the missus' parents are here too. So
And also, they're just down the road in Taradale, and if we do win, they've said that we can all come back to ours for a party and drinks and stuff. But just if we can just quieten down after
they're going to
11.
get some pizzas and get a couple of tins,
Stuffed crust.
some Coke, no sugar, and some melon peas.
So if you guys want anything in particular, just like text me.
We do Hawaiian mostly.
Nah, he's good, mate.
He's good.
And he's got that fluffy, funny little bush hair like the Barretts do.
Oh,
You know, he actually kind of sort of looks like a young Bowden Barrett. You know how the Barretts all just have?
they've got
They look like they wash their hair twice a day, and it's like a fluffy,
straw.
it's like a
kinda
fluffy
like mine
cow.
at the moment, actually. A
Oh,
little
yours
bit
looks
fluffy.
lovely. I actually noticed you've had some highlights put in.
Yeah. Again, it
I
was
don't know
from
if
Nick
anyone
Berry.
seeing the visuals of this can actually. You've had a bit of a glow up, mate.
I have, yeah. I have had a bit of a glow.
It actually looks lovely. Like
Thank
it looks beautifully sun-kissed. Who did that?
Work.
Nice.
Yeah, work. did it
Where's
for
she
me.
from?
Yeah, I had
Who did
I
that?
had to do it for
Work.
work, mate. I had to do it for work.
It looks nice,
Thank
actually.
you. Yeah, the little summer kiss.
Gives a little bit of
Get a texture.
dynamism.
Nice for the cameras.
Yeah, good on you, Harry. And we should probably look ahead to the games
Well,
that are
yeah, we've
coming.
got a couple of games this week which are raising some eyebrows and getting us a little bit excited. I mean, obviously, we want to see the Highlanders back it up, and they've got a great opportunity against Moana team who are, still finding their way this year.
And that's up in Albany, which we should go to, actually.
We should, yeah.
That'd
That'd be
be
great.
it'll be a great game.
Maybe if there's any Highlanders fans out there that are keen to come along to the game, shout out. We'll,
shout us.
Shout us. Yeah, shout us to the game.
Yeah.
Gareth will get you a couple of brews.
Thank you.
We've got the Waratahs Drua. Waratahs back after their win.
Yep.
The Drua will be looking to convert.
That'll be an
good
interesting
performance
game.
into
Again,
a win.
a big high scorer.
And the Chiefs have another mega game against the Australian finalists last year, the Brumbies.
That is going to be good because the Brumbies they were rattled by the Force. I mean, that's going to be interesting. But you guys have really had it tough at the top of the comp.
I think that's why they've really hit the ground running. I think it's good
Yeah.
coaching. I think we put this down to Clayton. They've really got them ready and gone, look, we need to have a little mini peak at the start of the season.
He's kind of gone, hey, guys, I've just looked at the draw. And a lot of the teams up front, they're really tough. So what I think we should do
Is try really hard.
is try much harder than we will at the end of the season. And so what we're doing is we're calling it front weighting.
Shut up, mate.
Well, I'm just that's my Clayton McMillan impression. Hey, are we going to...
A fantastic guy.
Do you know him?
No.
Oh,
I just know that
Well,
he
how
is.
do you know?
Just look at him.
he's a beast too.
Yeah, big boy.
Big boy.
Most of the coaches are, some in some facet ex-players. The person who's probably still kept his body
body.
is Glenn Jackson
And Scott Robertson.
and Scotty. Yeah,
Scotty's
yeah.
kept his body.
Yeah,
Razor,
we'll see what happens when he's got that fat All Blacks paycheck.
Razor, yeah.
I reckon he's dining out a little bit more than
it's
he was down in Christchurch.
I reckon the stress is going to give him a bit of bloating.
Well, that's what happened to Henry, Foster, Hansen.
They were all probably a bit bloaty from the start, weren't they?
I watched an old
What are you saying?
Chiefs
Hansen was
game.
ripped?
When Foster
Foster?
played first five for the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, but that's like 1974.
No, it's in the 90s, mate.
He played for the Chiefs in the
First
90s.
five.
Foster.
Yeah.
Fuck me days.
Yeah, he looked good too.
I'm going to have to watch.
Same
That's
face.
genius.
Yeah.
Same face, same old face.
He said
just
the same
on a young
face,
body.
just on a younger body, yeah.
Oh, good on him.
But
I
first
had
five.
no idea. So was that 96, 90, like that early?
Yeah.
Jesus. I thought
Ian
I
Foster.
thought he was a lot older than that.
No.
No offense, Fozzie.
No,
You were
Fozzie's the
great.
man, yeah.
Hurricanes Blues is
yeah.
also going to be.
It's going to be
one
a
of the
tough
big
one
matches,
for
right?
you, mate. It's going to be
We're in
tough.
Wellington, so thank God. But the Blues are going to be hurting because they are not up to standard. So they're going to come out firing, and we need to just string some fucking phases together.
You need
I
to do
think
something.
I think the way the Blues are at the moment, I think we've got them.
No, mate. I think they're going to come
Mate.
out of the blocks and they're going to paste you at home.
They're not going to paste us at home.
Yeah.
Mate. We're going to teach them
Nah,
a
it's gonna be
good
great.
Wellington lesson.
I think Bodie's going to go, you know what? I'm just going to show everyone. You know he does that every now
Why
and
I
again.
left Wellington.
I'm just going to show everyone why I'm still the best player in New Zealand.
But he's You reckon? You reckon this is going to be the game?
I don't think he is, but I think he
because
thinks
he certainly
is.
hasn't shown that the last 2 games. But
No. Well,
he
he
needs
was
to.
pretty. Yeah.
I reckon playing back in Wellington will sort of inspire him to some form of greatness. But
Yeah.
I reckon we've got it. I reckon we're going to show him why we don't need him anymore.
I think they're going to take you to task, mate.
Mate, they're not.
And you're going to be walking out of the
take that to
stadium with
church.
your tail between your legs,
Well,
walking down that big
I'm not
concrete.
going to go down for the
Yeah,
game.
you are, mate.
No, I'm not.
This is when I announce it. I've bought your
Mate,
flights
do you know how
and a ticket.
I was
and I bought
going
you
to
a
say,
new
do you know how
jersey.
expensive flights are? I don't want to touch that.
I haven't got you
highlighter jersey.
accommodation because you're staying with your mum. She's going to make some slice.
This is just my petition. She does make a lovely
She makes a
caramel
lovely
slice.
slice, your mum.
This is my petition right now to the Hurricanes franchise. They should make the Hurricanes jersey black. The main home jersey should
Quite
be
snug,
black.
that one.
What do you mean?
It's just quite snug.
It's got quite nice.
You've been at the gym, mate.
Yeah, I've
Seen
been
Nick Berry.
Yeah, I saw Nick Berry there. I went, "G'day, mate. Stop being such a cunt."
Classic. This is a new jersey, isn't it?
This was last year's jersey,
Oh,
but
wow.
don't you reckon, like the Lions, they should make it black with bits of yellow or
Yeah.
gold, not the other way
The
around?
Wellington jersey always looked the
Yeah,
best when it was
it looked
black with
amazing.
the
I don't know
gold
why they
trim.
went for, but they have done it since the start, I suppose.
Chiefs jerseys always look pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this old Adidas one. You know.
Yeah,
It's
you
good.
guys have historically got some of the best jerseys for sure.
Yeah.
Good colours.
Well,
It's just because black's just such a good base, you know.
and the lovely Māori designs on
Beautiful,
them.
beautiful. Kia ora.
Polynesian design on yours, isn't it?
Yeah, I think to represent the swirling wind of a hurricane.
Hurricane.
Hurricane. Mate,
Anything else
he
to
did
add,
it
mate?
again.
Anything else to
No,
add?
I mean, what else did you enjoy during that round? Apart from your team and your own sound of your own voice.
No, it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs this season are just looking sublime.
I got to say, mate, they are looking really good.
Yeah.
So, like I said to you on the weekend,
Thank you.
if they don't win this competition, it will be one of the greatest shames of your life. And you'll
Yeah.
have to really consider maybe supporting another franchise at that point.
I don't think that's the case, mate. Chiefs through and through.
Well, let's hope not. They're a great side.
Thank you for listening.
We love you, everybody. Remember to please subscribe
Yep. Follow us on the pipes, the
on
Instagram,
the pipes, the Insta,
TikTok.
the TikTok.
Yep.
And do write in supersmackpod@gmail.com if you want us to say anything, or if you're unhappy with what we're saying, or if you just want to, go out with Ra for a beer, or
I'd love that.
yeah,
Just be nice.
get to know him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty approachable.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
All
with
right.
those highlights.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Ka kite anō.
Super Smack.